The Ruth Patrick Science Education Center has been in existence for 20 years, and this video was produced to celebrate 2 decades of serving the students, teachers, and families of the CSRA. So, how did we get here? How did we come to the point where the center is influencing more than 75,000 participants annually? Infusing a love for science, mathematics, and technology is the motto of the Ruth Patrick Science Education Center. Our programs challenge the present and inspire the future through a hands-on approach to teaching. This is designed to help people experience the beauty, the order, and the power of science and mathematics. We are proud to be named in honor of Dr. Ruth Patrick. Dr. Patrick's lifetime of scientific discovery was sparked by her father's ability to infuse in her a love of science. We hope to use this same spark to launch a new generation into careers of scientific exploration.
Ruth Patrick was born in Topeka, Kansas, November 27, 1907. Inspired in her formative years by her father, Ruth developed a strong, curious mind with a bent towards science. She shared his love of nature and the study of microscopic plant life. This devotion to discovering the secrets in nature carried her toward degrees from Coker College in South Carolina, as well as master's and doctoral degrees from the University of Virginia. Being a straightforward proponent for the environment, Dr. Patrick founded the Department of Limnology, which now is the Division of Environmental Research. This important research examines the physical, chemical, and biological characteristics of fresh water. Dr. Patrick was the first scientist to diagnose the health of a river or stream by measuring the diversity of the plant and animal species. She organized the first comprehensive study of the effects of pollution on a watershed. These studies have been invaluable in the responsible care and supervision of the ecological condition of the Savannah River for many years. It was this work that set the tempo for environmental impact studies in academia, industry, and government while creating a standard for the future. With numerous awards, books, and papers to her credit in this field, Dr. Patrick is a respected member of the international scientific community. As a result of the years of groundbreaking research and scientific investigation, it came as no surprise that Dr. Ruth Patrick should have a science education center named in her honor. Several who were instrumental in the center's creation recall how it all began.
The idea to create a science center at USEA came really from a retirement party, and our conversation drifted during the course of the evening to a report that had been put out several days before by the National Science Foundation. In this report, the National Science Foundation found that the performance of the students from the United States ranked 9th among industrialized nations. It became clear to me that we ought to settle in and try to determine what it is we could do here in the central Savannah River area. And with that, we whipped out a napkin and we started drawing up what really became a partnership. The superintendent for education, Bob Pascal, committed that he would do whatever he could do within the limitations that he faced, but that he certainly would open up his schools and make the students available to some way participate in a program that would hopefully improve their performances. We wrote a grant, we were able to get the money, and with that we hired Jeff Priest. And in some ways you could say, and that's, the beginning of the rest of the story.
The whole purpose of the Science Ed Center was to really enhance science and mathematics education in the Central Savannah River area. And we, at that time when I first came on board, they had already received the grant from the National Science Foundation. We started to raise some funds to build a facility. And about that time we said, if we're going to build a facility for people to come visit, we really want to name it after somebody of importance to the area, but also somebody who would promote science and mathematics, and in particular those people who normally did not go into science and math, and particularly minorities and females. And so we made contact with Dr. Patrick, and she very graciously allowed us to name our facility after her. With the center, we've done a lot over the years. I've been very fortunate to have a great staff at the center. They're the ones that actually do all the work. We have impacted thousands of teachers and hundreds of thousands of students over the years.
Shortly after graduating college, I had my first job at the Savannah River site. Ruth Patrick, as many of you know, has been responsible over the past half century for some of the studies that have taken place at the Savannah River site. She is very much an advocate of protecting the earth, protecting our environment.
Protecting the earth. One of the ways we do that at the Ruth Patrick Science Education Center is through the many programs that the center sponsors. One of the outreach programs is the Traveling Science and Mathematics Demonstration Program directed by John Hutchins. This program has two parts: an excellent resource center with more than 300 kits that contain hands-on teaching materials, and a group of over 200 SRS volunteers who serve thousands of students annually with hands-on presentations.
And I'm an engineer out at Savannah Riverside, and I've been a traveling science volunteer for approximately 8 years. And my favorite thing is that through the Ruth Patrick Science Center and the site, we're able to go out to the schools and take interesting kits, which brings science alive for kids.
The Science and Technology Enrichment Program is a cooperative effort between Washington Savannah River Company, Silver Bluff Audubon Center, and the Ruth Patrick Center. The purpose of this effort is to enhance math, science, and engineering skills of students in grades 3 through 12. The elementary, middle, and high school programs offer hands-on experiences in a stimulating environmental setting. K through 12 student programs at the Ruth Patrick Center focus on the fun of discovery. Through exciting hands-on activities, students grow in their understanding of the scientific process as well as their knowledge of science, math, and technology. Subject areas that are addressed through the 50-plus programs offered by the Ruth Patrick Center include astronomy, earth science, life science, mathematics, physical science, and technology.
We come to Ruth Patrick every year. This is the one field trip that we do not want to miss.
When the children come to Ruth Patrick Science Center, they're exposed to information in a different context and in a different way than the way that we present it in a regular, typical classroom. The kids get hands-on learning. They're much more involved.
One unique feature of the Science Center is the DuPont Planetarium, which opened in 1995 with the Digistar 2 projection system. The immersive environment of the planetarium provides a memorable educational experience for school groups, public programs, and community organizations. Since 2000, the planetarium has been complemented by the Ruth Patrick Observatory, which houses the Bechtel telescope. The number of planetarium programs and patrons has steadily increased, with just over 13,000 visitors last year. The Center of Excellence in Educational Technology was created to help incorporate educational technology into classrooms throughout South Carolina. CEAT has conducted many workshops and maintained a web presence and a state-of-the-art educational technology facility. Gear Up, the Gaining Early Awareness and Readiness for Undergraduate program, was an important part of the Ruth Patrick Center from August 1999 through August 2006 when funding ended. The mission of the Gear Up initiative was to accelerate the academic achievement of low-income middle and secondary students.
As a Math and Science Regional Center, our charge or our mission is to help teachers expand their content knowledge of math and science, and thereby empowering teachers, we ultimately will help students to improve their understanding of math and science and their performance and achievement.
Science Education Enrichment Day. SEED is an annual event that attracts thousands of participants along with 250 exhibitors who bring 60 science-related displays to the USC Aiken campus.
We have come a long way in 20 years, but we have further to go. Limited resources prevent us from serving all who could benefit from our programs. We need people like you, visionaries and supporters, who desire to launch the center into new frontiers of learning. Consider your role as a partner with the Ruth Patrick Science Education Center as it continues its mission to infuse a love for science, mathematics, and technology in our community.